This is the Midea 8000 BTU U-shaped smart inverter air conditioner. I've been running it daily in a 300 square foot room that gets a harsh afternoon sun, and I want to share how it actually feels to live with it, not just what's on a spec sheet. I had a few doubts before buying, mainly about installation and noise. Window units I've used in the past were loud, clunky, and made the room feel like a temporary setup. This one is different in all the right ways. The U-shaped design is more than a cool look. The window sash closes into the middle of the unit, so the compressor sits outside the glass while the fan is inside. That separation blocks a lot of sound and keeps the room quieter. It also lets the window open and close like normal, which means I can still get fresh air on mild days. I like that it doesn't turn the window into a permanent wall of metal and foam. Build quality feels solid, and the frame doesn't flex when the window slides down. Installation took me about 40 minutes solo, including measuring, placing the support bracket, adding the side seals, and making sure there's a slight tilt outward for drainage. It's heavier than a typical compact unit, so if stairs are involved, I'd ask a friend for the lift. Once it was seated and the sash was locked into the U, it felt stable and secure. If you've installed a window AC before, this won't surprise you. If you're new, the key is to follow the placement guide. Use the foam to fill gaps, and double-check the tilt so condensation flows outside, not back into the room. Cooling performance has been strong for its size. 8000 BTU is the cooling capacity. In simple terms, it tells you how much heat the unit can remove per hour. This model is rated for up to around 350 square feet, and that lines up with what I'm seeing. On a 90 degrees F afternoon, it took roughly 20 to 25 minutes to bring my room from 78 degrees F down to 72 degrees F. Then it held steady. The inverter part matters here. An inverter AC can adjust the compressor speed instead of just blasting on and off. That keeps temperature swings small and avoids that surge of noise and energy you get with older units. From my experience, it feels more comfortable because the air stays at a steady, gentle level instead of cycling hard. Noise is where this thing really surprised me. Using a basic phone meter at about 6 feet away, I saw numbers in the low to mid 40s dB on low fan and around the high 40s to low 50s on higher fan settings. It's a soft whoosh, more like a box fan at medium. With the window closed around the U, the compressor hum outside is muted. At night, I can sleep with it on without it pulling me out of a dream when it ramps up. If you're sensitive to sound, this design helps a lot. Energy use has been reasonable. The spec claims up to 35% energy savings compared with traditional non-inverter window units. I can't validate the exact percentage for every home, but I can say this. Compared with my older 8000 BTU unit in the same room and same routine, my monthly usage for that circuit dropped in a noticeable way. Part of that is the energy saver mode, which gives you a low, steady fan and lets the compressor glide instead of slam. In my opinion, the biggest benefit of the inverter is the comfort per watt. It keeps the air even and doesn't waste power on aggressive on/off cycles. Controls are where this model fits into a modern setup. The remote handles all the basics: temp, mode, fan speed, and it's responsive from across the room. The app and Wi-Fi give you scheduling, voice control, and status checks while you're away. I connected it to a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network. Pairing took 2 tries, then it held the connection without drops. I've used voice commands like, "Alexa, set the AC to 72, and it just works. There's also a timer. I set it to run as I'm falling asleep and shut off a couple hours later. The LED display on the front is clear during the day, and at night I tap the LED button to turn it off so the room stays dark. Small touch, but it matters. Key features that stand out to me include the U-shaped frame that keeps the window functional, the quiet operation thanks to the outdoor compressor separation, the inverter cooling that holds temperature steady, the smart app and voice control, and the energy saver options that actually translate to gentler bills. If you're new to terms like inverter, just remember it means variable speed control for smoother cooling and better efficiency. If BTU sounds abstract, think of it as a size guide for how big a room it can handle. I did run into a couple minor hiccups. The install foam needs patient trimming to get a clean seal. My first attempt left a small gap that let in a sliver of street noise. Once I tucked the foam tighter, the seal was great. Also, the unit beeped on every button press out of the box, which got old fast. I turned the beep off in the settings. Condensation hasn't been an issue. With the outward tilt, water drips outside like it should. On the connectivity side, the app asked for location permission during setup. I allowed it for pairing, then turned it off afterward with no trouble. It's perfect for bedrooms, home offices, and living rooms where you care about both quiet and being able to crack the window on nice days. It also makes sense for renters who don't want a permanent change to the sash and still want a clean look. From my experience, this has been the least intrusive window AC I've owned. It cools consistently, doesn't dominate the room with noise, and the smart controls make daily use simple. I'd recommend this for anyone managing a space up to around 350 square feet who values low noise, modern controls, and efficiency. If you spend a lot of time working from home, this is especially helpful because it won't drown out calls. If you're setting up a guest room or nursery, the quiet operation and dark mode display are a nice pair. In my opinion, the Midea 8000 BTU U-shaped smart inverter air conditioner delivers on the parts that matter: steady cooling, low sound, and a design that respects your window. It doesn't feel like a temporary fix. It feels like a proper part of the room, and I'm not babysitting the thermostat to stay comfortable. In conclusion, this unit blends practical engineering with everyday convenience. The U-shape keeps noise down and the view intact. The inverter keeps the temperature smooth, and the smart features add control without fuss. If you've been hesitating because window ACs usually mean compromise, this one is a strong counterpoint. You can find detailed information about the Midea 8000 BTU U-shaped smart inverter air conditioner in the comments section. See you in the next video.